In this week's episode, we take a look at the work of the National Irrigation Commission Limited, which focuses on the efficient delivery of irrigated water to the agricultural sector using infrastructure such as pump stations, canal networks, pressurized pipelines, and with the aid of modern technology. The National Irrigation Commission Limited is an agency of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, with its main mandate being to provide irrigation services primarily to the agricultural sector, along with industrial and commercial users. Water is a precious commodity. With this in mind, the NIC has done extensive improvement work on several of its canals. This to ensure a continuous flow to farmers in all weather conditions. One such is the Innswood Old Harbour Branch Canal Network. Senior Works Superintendent Richard Cox in the St. Catherine Irrigation District outlines the impact of the improvement work.
Agriculture is something I've grown up in, and growing up in it, I want to continue in it. And as such, NIC provided that outlet for me to give of it. Water would be the number one medium for agriculture in Jamaica. Next to lands, you have to have the water to nurture those products that you'll have on the land. When we can convey the water to those farmers within our irrigation systems, then it's a sense of accomplishment, a sense of pride that you see a farmer nurses plants, his products, his fruits, his vegetables, all of that, his livestock, and at the end of the day, gives back to Jamaica. Today we are at the Old Harbour Branch Canal in Innswood. The Old Harbour Branch Canal is a sub-main of the Rear Cobra Irrigation District. We have a main canal, the Old Harbour Branch has a sub-main, and the other main would be the Lower Main Canal. So we have the Rear Cobra Lower Main and the Old Harbour Branch Canal as the sub-main. In its heyday, the Old Harbour Branch Canal actually supplied most of the water to the lands that would be in production. So in addition to that, you have areas in Bushy Park and Spring Village, Nightingale Grove that would also benefit. These areas are a substantial distance away from the source, and as such we have to now make sure that the canal is maintained and improved so that we can at least deliver water in an efficient manner. This is the aqueduct on the Old Harbour Branch Canal. It spans over the storm drain. This area, we had some leaks along the way. We had the cracks in the canal due to settlement. What we've done, we've used some 1200mm high density polyethylene pipes and replaced it, and that has now significantly reduced our leaks in this area. The aqueduct covers the storm drain, and the water would have leaked into that location, so now we've prevented that. The improvement works were conducted in a way where we did precast canal sections from concrete, then we prepared the area, shingle, and got into our labor. We used some equipment, lined the section, and placed the sections in a way that measured. So we're 7 foot wide, so the canal now is a regular straight section now, so it doesn't allow for water to be banking. Here was lined with reinforced concrete, and as such now that area is no longer pervious, it no longer has any leak, and it's a nice straight cross section that has made our water delivery more efficient. During excessive rainfall, the canal would collect that water and then it would flow in the canal. During times of irrigation though, the canal would change now from being a drain during excessive rainfall and return to our normal feature. With our improvements, we have become more efficient on the Old Harbour Branch Canal. So I would implore our customers, our farmers, those who are taking a break at the moment, you can revisit your land. You have the land, we have the water. Let us partner together. Come in and let us work together.
The National Irrigation Commission Limited's canal networks is supplied by 3 sources: rivers, wells and springs, in order to ensure that all customers receive adequate water for their agricultural needs. The Commission monitors the system around the clock. Robert Miller, Regional Systems Manager for the Central Region, which includes the Mid-Clarendon and new forest irrigation districts, explains how this is done.
We're in the St. Louis area where our main canal source started. We have two sources presently operating, the spring and the river. This canal is its main source that carries water from the St. Louis area to as far as Rhinesbury. The head of the stream is the bulk of our water source. Now this area have to be fully maintained so as to prevent any obstruction which will restrict the flow of water to our valuable customers. So this area have to be properly maintained to allow effective and efficient conveyance. We have to maintain the water level at a particular height because as you further downstream, different canals, different persons will be taking off water. So the volume of water is calculated and distributed in order to facilitate the other customers downstream. With the water in the river, adequate water in the river and the spring, there is no need to operate the pump. And that is a major cost-saving measure. So if the water level should fall in the river, then we will put the pumps in. And we have more than one pumps in the area to replenish the source if the river level should fall. This area is an agricultural area. We supply about water for about livestock and crops. The crops customer would be the cane farmer and vegetable farmer. The livestock farmers would be the cattle and the poultry production. So we have to maintain our customer with adequate amount of water. So this water source is very important to the system and to the agricultural sector at large. I know other persons will fall outside of the irrigated area. Persons who are outside of the irrigated area can also get water from us at our ramp system. We have a ramp, which the cost for the water is very marginal. You can get a truck, and the water is sold here per cubic meter.
The importance of the work of the National Irrigation Commission Limited cannot be overemphasized. It significantly contributes to national development. Young farmer Artley Carney speaks of the impact.
I choose agriculture because agriculture is a thing that it came from my family, right? My father do it, grandparents, so it's basically a part of our lifestyle, a tradition. We are at Mr. Steve Williams' farm at Clarendon Park. My duty here is a farm attendant. Take care of chickens from day 1 until 35 days. After the birds reach 35 days, we harvest them, we bring them to the slaughterhouse. After slaughtering, we intend to start over the process again. We bring birds in from day 0, process continue on and on. Water is a very vital thing in our everyday operation. The birds can't do without water. If the birds are out of water for approximately 5 minutes, you will see a lot of changes in their behavior and stuff, so we have to pay keen attention to the water. Our water is supplied by NIC. It is treated, given to the birds. We use it, clean our hands. So from using this water, we have excellent performances from our birds. We never have an issue where the water causes any harm to our birds.
In an effort to better serve its clients and to help them increase production, the NIC has invested in state-of-the-art equipment that can detect changes in the atmosphere. This helps regulate the amount of water farmers need to use for efficiency in their production. Carlos Williams, Special Works Superintendent in the Braco Irrigation District in Trelawney, tells us more.
Here at the Braco Irrigation District, what I do is manage entire scheme. So we start from managing staffs and to the manage of the repair and maintenance of the system and supplying customer water through the irrigation system based on the crop water need. Right here within NIC, we have 2 research and demonstration plants. One in St. Elizabeth and Hounslow and one here at Brocco. We have our weather station that entails a complete online digital system. We already have a soil moisture probe which tells us the amount of moisture within the soil. So when we're irrigating, we know the amount of water to put in the soil so we don't over-irrigate or under-irrigate the plants. So we have the wind that measures the speed of the wind. So you know that when the wind is blowing, the higher the wind, we'll have more evapotranspiration. We have a temperature control that measures the amount of temperature and the humidity within it. So it's the same thing. So you measure the amount of moisture that will be removed from the plant and the soil at the same time in combination with the soil moisture probe. So there and hence we use this to know when and the amount of water that each farmer can apply per crop. Here at the research and demonstration plot presently we have West Indian red pepper, carrot, and a lot of herbs and spice like basil, cilantro, kale, and then we have some cucumbers. And we are about to do some more trials in a short order. Here in Trulani, as you know, Trulani Brocco is on the north coast. We are surrounded by a lot of hotels from Port Antonio back to Negril Pines. So you know they lose a lot of herbs and spice. So what they do, these hotels best when the spice and herbs are fresh to do their salad, dressing, spice, and we have some area that do smoothies. So we have them fresh here where we can produce. So within the Brocco irrigation district, we produce a lot of herbs and spice and vegetables which the hoteliers and middlemen always come in and get them fresh, can do the delivery on a daily basis. In Trulani here at Brocco, we have 2 types of customers, agriculture and non-agricultural. Within the non-agricultural, we're split it up in industrial. So we have high or large industrial, which is the hotel. We have 2 of those customers, Melia Brocco Hotel, and we have Trulani Aggregate, which is a block factory. And we have 17 small industrial customers, like for household and other purposes. On the agriculture side, we have 93 small agriculture customers, and we have 1 large agriculture customer. Here at Brocco, we are on the drive promoting to get all the idle lands within and are surrounding the irrigation scheme that we have existing system. We're trying at this moment to get these land into production so that we can produce more of the foods, herbs and spice that is required by the hotel to cut down on the amount of importation from abroad and other parishes, which can be produced here and make a better living for these farmers and put the lands here at a better utilization.
The client usually says it best. Meet Raquel Goodwill, a farmer in Bracco Trulani, who stands as testament to NIC's high standard for the delivery of water for use on her farm.
I chose agriculture because I am a vegetarian and I thought about growing my own food, and by me handling my own food, I would know what I'm eating. That's basically what started it. And I've been a farmer from 2015, so it's 3 years since I've been a farmer in Brocco. It's good and it's bad. I've got the highest yield per acre with onions. That was good for me, but at the same time we had bad weather, so we know that I lost a lot of my crops, and as a result of bad weather. So therefore it's up and it's down. So it's good and it's bad. In January of this year, 2018, we had a flood, and it was the most water we've seen for many, many years in this side of the island. So when I came back, there was no beds. I was in Mandeville, my hometown, but when I came back here, no beds. I had no beds, and when I came, all my onions were on the road. So I didn't want to come back. When people call me and say, you don't want to see your farm, and I say, I don't want to see it either. So therefore, that's one of the main challenges, because we're at sea level. So we're on the north coast, the sea is just a few minutes away from us. So that's the problem. We have drainage problem with water. The main thing is to dig trenches to take the water away from your field, and raise beds. So you have to get a tractor to plow high beds, so we know that when the water comes, it doesn't really stay on your crop. It stays in the furrow, and then that furrow will take it in your trench and take the water away from your field. At the present, I have onions, sweet peppers, tomatoes, that's slicing tomatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, honeydew, cantaloupe, and cucumber. What I do mostly is proper pest management as well as proper nutrition. If you don't have proper nutrition, then you won't get high yields. Plus, if you don't control your pests, then you won't get high yields either. So those two are the main things. Plus, most importantly, water, irrigation water. So you have three main things that I make sure I have: irrigation water, proper pest management, and proper nutrition. We have sizzling temperatures, so we have to have water. It helps to cool down the crops, basically, because our soil temperature high, wind high, so we have everything against us. Transpiration is very high because the wind is high and the heat. So you can imagine if we didn't have water, we wouldn't be able to produce. National Irrigation Commission, the NIC, I mean, they're a water provider for us, and they've provided us with affordable water rates. I mean, if they weren't affordable, we wouldn't be able to cultivate, because I know in other areas, some people, they can't, pay their water bill when it comes to, but when it comes to NIC, they'll make it affordable for us as farmers. So without them, we wouldn't be able to cultivate and make something from our crops. Without water, nothing will survive. Water is life. Humans need water, crops need water. My message to farmers would be do a lot of research. Go on the internet, go on your university papers, read them. Read about your pests, your different management in terms of pest control, what type of chemicals you should use to control, certain types of pests. So reading is key, I would say. So research is key. Don't just depend on your extension officers alone. They have it hard, so you can take it up on yourself to do some research as well. I find that it did good for me.
Franklin Douglas, who hails from a generation of farmers, echoes the reliability of the NIC's water supply, even under drought conditions.
My name is Franklin Douglas. I'm a farmer in Bracochelone. My farm name is FD Farms Limited, stands for Franklin Douglas Farms. I was born in agriculture. My father was an agriculturalist, and I also am an agriculturalist. I come from the era they call him Douglas Castle. So I was born a farmer. Personally, I've been a farmer for 5 years by myself, and I've been in farming for over 15 years. Why I choose herbs? Herbs is a small quantity but high demand. All hotels need herbs. We have the black mint. That is one of the biggest sellers. 90% of Jamaica don't know that we sell black mint, but black mint is one of my biggest sellers. And basil. I have tarragon, I have rosemary, I have dill, I have fennel, I have parsley, I have celery, I have all the herbs you can think of. Herbs give you the spices that you need in something, and you use some herbs to make drinks and to fermentate meat. So I choose a greenhouse certain time of the year. It's very hot and windy in Braco, so certain herbs don't do well outdoors. So I'll have to grow those herbs in the greenhouse. You have some herbs thrive in the drought. You look like the black mint, the basil and stuff, like the dry condition. And like the parsley, the cilantro, need the cooler climate to thrive. The mixed lettuce and like all the celery and stuff need the cooler condition. You will put those in the greenhouse. When I'm preparing the land, the first thing I do, I prepare the land, I make the beds, and I rotate the top of the bed to get the fine till. Because the finer the till is, the better the root movement for the crop. After I do that, and I run on the irrigation hose, that's a drip hose, and then I wet for a day, and then I transplant the next day. That's the key, because you can do the transplanting even when the time is very hot and windy. The NIC provide the water for us to use right throughout the day. Without water, I wouldn't have a farm. I face challenges of drought and weed control and stuff like those. The drought, I can manipulate the drought with the NIC because I got national irrigation water right throughout the day. So right now I'm coming out of a 4-month drought period, and the condition of my farm, you will see the condition of my farm. and I'm looking this way, and if you can imagine if I was getting rain.
Through the provision of dependable, affordable and efficient water irrigation and related services, the National Irrigation Commission Limited continues to make its contribution to Jamaica's agricultural sector and by extension, national development. The Commission facilitates continuous crop production via the supply of water for agricultural produce. The adequate supply of water for agricultural produce allows us to grow what we eat so we can import less and become more food secure in the 21st century and beyond. The National Irrigation Commission Limited is truly making the difference in agriculture. Like and follow us on Facebook at NIC Ltd Jamaica. Tweet and follow us on Twitter at NIC Jamaica. Visit our website at www.nicjamaica.com. Irrigation, making the difference in agriculture.